Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's junk journal with me is a really special one. Not only am I working in my new journal for the first time, but this is also my very first collaboration video. I am collaborating with many other amazing and talented creators. It's been organised by JD, who is Willowbound Journals on YouTube and Instagram. I will leave a link to all her information down in the description box for you. So it's a journal prompt challenge around the theme of keepsakes, and every day in August there is a new prompt, and each day a different creator will be representing that prompt. So I chose day 20, which is gift. I have chosen to document about a gift my mum sent me in the post. So I have the handwritten note and a couple of photos. I didn't keep the original packaging, but I did take a photo of it at the time. And I also have a photo of the spray bottle, which was the main reason for sending the parcel, but I don't have a photograph of the whole contents of the box Mum sent me. We only live about 30 minutes drive from each other, so we wouldn't usually send things in the post, but due to what was happening in the world at the time, this was March 2020, we weren't actually allowed to meet up. What I love about this gift is not the item itself, but the note that my mum included. It feels really special to me to have a piece of my mum's handwriting in my journal that I get to keep forever. So I've chosen a page in my journal, and I've pulled out some papers from the Crate Paper Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection that I thought I might like to use, and I'm just placing some of the items down on the page and seeing where they might fit best. I have this vintage playing card and vintage ephemera piece, and I'm going to be trying to incorporate them on the page somewhere. So I've chosen this paper because my mum's favourite colour is purple, and I wanted to incorporate some purple onto the pages, and all I'm doing is marking where I need to trim it down with my pencil and using my ruler to trim it down to give it a bit more of a softer edge, and I'm going to be using it as a pocket for the handwritten note. I've picked out these vintage linen printables. They are from Little Bindi on Etsy, and I'm going to be using one to cover up my name on the envelope, and I'm just having a little play and seeing which one I like the most. I'm going to be using my Tombow Mono Multi Glue to glue the pocket down onto the page, so all I'm doing is adding the glue on 3 sides to create the pocket. This is a photo of the packaging that my parcel came in, and my mum spelt my name incorrectly, which I thought was rather funny. So all I'm doing is cutting off half of the photo, but it leaves this really awkward shape, and I'm just trying to figure out where I can fit it. And I kind of like it in the corner on top of the printable on the envelope. So I chose this printable because it has some purple on it, and all I've done is use my glue stick to glue it down because it's just printed on copy paper, and I've used double-sided tape for the photograph. So I've pulled out some paper. This came from the Flow Paper Lovers book, and I really liked it because it says the best things come in small packages on the front, and I thought the lines on the back would be good for doing some journaling. But I didn't need all of it, so I'm just trimming it down to what I think I might need, and I will slip that into the paper bag pocket, and I will do my journaling a little bit later. I've been wanting to incorporate some more fabric pieces or lace and trims into my journal, and this one I thought would work really well because it also incorporates the colour purple, so I'm just trimming a little bit off, and I'm going to be adding it to the top of the page. I've just added a tiny bit of glue to the top of the trim. I wanted to still be able to lift it up, and the glue I used was the Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. It's the one with the blue lid. I'm still trying to decide where to add these vintage ephemera pieces, and I decided to add one of them to one of the photos, and I'm just going to be using my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to staple it down onto the photo, and then it's going to slip into the envelope pocket. I've decided to make the vintage playing card really interactive, so I'm just choosing a brad from my little pot. I don't have many to choose from, and I decide on this orange floral brad, and all I'm going to be doing is putting a hole in it and making it swing out from the paper bag page. So I've got my awl and I'm just piercing a hole in the vintage playing card for the brad to go in. And then I'm also going to be using that same awl to pierce a hole in the paper bag, and then the brad will just go through the playing card, through the paper bag, and then it will just be clipped off on the other side. And I learned how to do this from Cynthia, who is Journals. I've probably pronounced that incorrectly, but she's on YouTube and Instagram and she showed it on one of her reels. So I pull out one of my 12 by 12 cut apart sheets. This is from Create Paper Maggie Holmes, and I thought I could use one of the tags somewhere on one of the pages. And I really like it on the back of that envelope, but I decide to come back to that in a minute. And I'm just deciding what to place on this paper bag, and I'm coming back to this house paper because I really wanted to try and use it, but in the end I don't end up using it. And I choose 2 house stickers from the Heritage 6x12 sticker sheet, and my thinking was there's that quote that says something like, "From my house to yours," so that was what was going on in my head at the time I added these 2 house stickers. And I'm coming back to this tag, and I've decided to add a hole in the tag, and I use my crocodile to do that. And I'm just using my Tombow Mono multi glue to glue that down onto the back of the envelope. I decide to add a couple of stickers to this purple floral paper, and I choose one of these postage stamps to add to the top, and I choose the one that looks like a duck or a goose, and I also add a label sticker to the bottom of that paper, and I'm going to be using that to add the date of when I received the parcel. I've done some journaling on top of the printable, and I'm just adding a sticker to the bottom of that page. I fill in the date on the label sticker. And I decide to add an arrow in between both of the houses just to show the parcel moving from one house to another. And because those stickers aren't on a completely flat surface because the paper bag has been tea dyed, I'm actually going to be adding a staple in into each sticker just to make sure that they won't come off. And the last thing I add is a phrase sticker to the bottom of the tag. And these are the finished pages, and I don't actually like them. It is okay to make a mistake, and it is okay to not like your page, and it is totally okay to have a do-over if you don't like them. So I've done what I can to try and change the pages up and make them a bit more cohesive. So as you can see here, I've removed the doily and the photo, and I've also removed the house stickers. So I've reprinted the photo, and I've added a red label with some journaling on to cover up my address, and both of the photos are just going to slip into the envelope. I am using the same vintage linen printable on this envelope because it will cover up all of the marks from where I've ripped it up before, and I do like this one. So I've brought out my 12 by 12 cut apart sheet, and I'm just going to be cutting out some pieces that I think might work on the page. What I'm trying to do is make it look like the pages are one spread, so I want to try and incorporate some more of the purple and blue colours over onto the paper bag because they just looked a bit disjointed beforehand. So now I've cut up some of the pieces from the 12 by 12 cut apart sheet, I'm just going to have a little play around with the bits and pieces and see what I like and what is going to make the page look cohesive. And I really like this blue tag at the bottom of the paper bag because it ties in with the blue on the note paper, and the postage stamp at the top of the paper bag ties in really well with the purple floral paper on the opposite side. I did think about covering up the paper bag with some brown paper, but I didn't really like how that looked, and I also really like the paper bag. So I pull out my Create Paper Maggie Holmes washi tape, and I choose this wide floral one for the centre of the pages, but I didn't like how that looked, so I choose this purple and orange floral one, and that's just going to help bring both pages together, and also it's going to stop that pocket from coming back up. So I'm just placing all of my ephemera pieces down onto the paper bag page just to make sure I like them before I make that final decision and glue them all down. I've added some journaling to the blue tag, and I'm just going through my sticker book and pulling out some stickers. I'm thinking of adding a label sticker to the vintage linen printable and then adding my word for the prompt, which is gift. And I choose these gold alphas. I believe these ones are from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection, and I really like how that page now looks. And I'm punching a hole in this tag as well, so I'm just using my crocodile to do that. And I've also decided to add a bit of that purple lace through the hole. And that's just going to be tying in a bit of purple onto that page. And again, I'm using my Tombow glue to adhere the tag down onto the page. I felt like I needed some stickers on some of these photos, so although you can't see it, I'm slightly off camera, I just add a little floral sticker to the red label. And then for this spray bottle photo, I wanted to jazz it up a little bit because it looked a bit boring. So I'm adding these photo corners to each of the corners, and I think that makes a big difference to this photo. I've pulled out one of my Maggie Holmes crepe paper sticker books, and I'm choosing a sticker to fit at the bottom of the blue tag. And now I'm just making that final decision on the last two pieces, and again I'm using that Tombow glue to adhere them down onto the page. I think that phrase ephemera piece says something like, "These are the moments that I want to keep in my heart forever." And I'm just drawing a little heart down here. It ended up being a little bit bigger than I intended it to be, but I was trying to make it look like a decent heart. And to finish it off, I'm just drawing a line around the edge of the tag just to make it stand out a little bit more. And these are the finished pages. I am much more happier with how these pages look now. I know this process video was a little bit all over the place, but I think this is really important to say. If you don't like a page and it's making you unhappy, then give yourself permission to redo it and make it better. Thank you so much to JD from Willowbound Journals for inviting me to be part of this collaboration. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.